Hello everyone, and welcome to Baca's Arthuriana, episodes 9 and 10. Today we will be talking about parts 2, 3, and 4 of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Part 2 starts out with the passing of time represented by a vivid description of the seasons and their changing. It soon becomes time for Gawain to set out in search of the Green Knight, which brings us to the number 5. Gawain's shield is decorated with a pentacle, a symbol that in the modern world we have come to associate with witchcraft and even the devil. However, our medieval Christian friends often associated this symbol with the 5 wounds of Christ, and as the Gawain poet notes, Gawain himself was faithful in 5 things, each in a 5-fold way. He's perfect in his 5 senses. He never fails in using his 5 fingers. He is faithful to the 5 wounds of Christ. He takes courage from the 5 joys that Mary had of Jesus. He exemplifies the 5 virtues of knighthood: free giving, good fellowship, chastity, courtesy, and pity. The imagery and use of the pentacle demonstrates that Gawain is internally harmonious. Now back to the story. He finds a castle, and in it, among others, is a beautiful woman, but also a hideously ugly one, who travel around hand in hand. What did you make of these 2 women? The loathly lady will factor into much of this week's readings, and this is our first encounter with one. At the end of this part, the lord of the castle, Lord Bertilac, challenges Gawain to a game. Bertilac will go hunting for 3 days, while Gawain rests in the castle. Like with the Green Knight, it is a game of exchange. Whatever Bertilac finds in the woods will go to Gawain, but whatever Gawain gains in the castle must be given to Bertilac. Part 3 is the game of exchange. The hunting scenes are brutal, but are preceded with bedroom scenes, where Lady Bertilac comes on to Gawain in increasingly demanding doses. The setup is a juxtaposition. Scenes of dutiful constraint are followed by violent scenes of carnage and ceremonial butchery. But the 3rd day, where Bertilac hunts a fox and Gawain conceals the girdle, breaks the cycle of the first 2. The deer and the boar were the kinds of animals people would hunt and then serve for dinner, but the fox, known to be a sly animal, was nothing more than vermin, not a meal or a noble kill. And as the sly fox is hunted, Gawain slyly breaks his agreement with Lord Bertilac and accepts the girdle. Everything comes full circle in part 4, where Gawain and the Green Knight meet again. It turns out that Bertilac is the Green Knight, and that he was testing Gawain by sending his wife to tempt him. And even though Gawain's taking of the girdle demonstrates a small character flaw, the Green Knight forgives it, because Gawain had no ill intent behind his actions. He simply loved his own life. It also turns out that Morgan Le Fay is behind the whole thing. She sent Bertilac, disguised as the Green Knight, to scare Guinevere and to see if the Knights of the Round Table were all they were chalked up to be. She also happens to be Gawain's aunt. And Gawain goes home, where he wears the girdle to show he learned humility, and starts a girdle-wearing trend among the Knights of Camelot.